Sometimes quick Railfan outings can be just as rewarding as day trips. Such was the case when I spent the evening hours in DeLand, Florida, in hopes of seeing CSX's geometry train. I started off at the town's Amtrak station, where the Silver Meteor number 98 was coming in for a stop. It's always amazed me at how fast Amtrak trains come into their station stops. The P-42 DC locomotives up front are well equipped to grind the train to a halt and just as quickly get back up to speed. It wasn't even 5 minutes before 98 was underway, on to Jacksonville, New York, and everywhere in between. After Amtrak had left the scene, I made my way north along CSX's A line towards Pearson. I'd never been north of DeLand, so I didn't really know any good spots, but figured this trackside dirt road a good place to camp out and wait. I had set up in anticipation of the southbound Geo train, but was proven wrong as a northbound activated the crossing gates. Amtrak PO52, always a thrill to watch. It took a mere 46 seconds for the auto train's two P40 DC locomotives to thrash 16 superliners and 30 auto racks by my setup, operating at what I have to assume is maximum speed. It wasn't long at all until 52 had cleared the main line, and CSX train W003 was given permission out of the Pearson siding with authority down to DeLand. I didn't know it at the time, but this would be the last train chase shared between me and the Wrangler. I suppose this is a very fitting goodbye indeed. Oh boy, chasing this guy was simply out of the question, or so I thought. I had really wanted to see a CSX F40PH for quite some time and figured the least I could do was swing by the DeLand station, and what do you know? Train 003 was holding north of town with intentions to spin the consist on the DeLand Y and head back north to headquarters in Jacksonville. This is due in part to Sunrail ownership beginning at the Y, which would provide a great opportunity to witness multiple rollbys as the Geo train reversed its heading. CSX 9969 is a one-of-a-kind GP40-2WH purchased from the Maryland Area Regional Commuter Line for exclusive use on the Class 1's geometry train. Another treat was the trailing F40PH number 9999, one of 4 owned by CSX. Behind the 2 obscure locomotives are 2 research cars filled with engineers and computers and a blinding set of LEDs bringing up the rear. The sun was well behind the horizon by the time the train began its shove, moving up the south leg of the Y. About 10 minutes later, and W003 was peeking out of the north leg, facing north, ready to resume its mainline surveillance. What I also didn't know at the time is that this would probably be my first and last sighting of the quadruple nines, as it has since been deactivated. I imagine the locomotive has been demoted to a parts source in order to keep the other 3 F40s in peak operating condition for the company's executive train. After pulling off the Y, the train crew had to get PTC up and running again before continuing towards Jax. This allowed me to move to the north end of the station once more in order to get one more view of this cool train. With a GP40-2LW, F40PH, the Hocking Valley, and track geometry car number 3, this is definitely one of the more unique trains that CSX operates. It wasn't long before the train had authority back to Jacksonville, as I wrapped up my afternoon just where I started it. Thanks for railfanning with me today. I hope you enjoyed this fun evening on the Florida A-Line as much as I did.